Approved.
The 30th of December, Rabbi Levitt, Daniel.
Right. So that's what this note is saying over here. Note verse 16. It's true. The king demanded to know the dream, but he really didn't really. His main interest was what's the interpretation? What is it? What does it mean? What's it saying? So he says that the recital of the dream interested him only as a means to assure the veracity of the interpretation. He wanted to know that he's giving the interpretation, the correct interpretation of the actual dream that was dreamt. Because a correct interpretation of a dream that he didn't dream is obviously not what he needs. So that's and we know. I'm saying we know how angry he got when the other ones kept asking him, "Tell us the dream. Tell us the dream." So Daniel is staying far, far away from that. He's just saying, "Your Highness, give me time. I'm going to need some time, and then I'm going to tell you the interpretation of your dream." He didn't ask him to tell him what the dream was and get him even more angry about the fact that he forgot the dream. And like that, he's the next note says that and this is interesting over here. The art scroll over here is quoting this Rav Shmuel Masnuth, which Roy quoted some. I remember when they gave all the Babylonian names. They quoted this source as well. Okay, so now it seems like Nebuchadnezzar gave him time, and now we're going to go to Pasuk Yud Zayin. We're going to see. So what's he going to do now, Daniel? He's got time. So what's he going to do with this time? How is he going to get the interpretation with more time? He doesn't even know what the dream was, let alone to know what the dream means. Let's see what he does. Yud Zayin, we go to Meir.
Okay, it says, Adayin Daniel Levitt Azal V'Lachananiyah Mishael V'Azariah Ulachananiah Mishael V'Azariah Chavrohi Milta Hoda. Okay, then Daniel went to his house and made the matter known to his companions, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah.
Right, Milsa Hoda.
Okay.
They put the noun before the verb. Okay. And we got a long note over here.
Yes, so it says, let's see, Levitt Azal went to his house in order to seclude himself. It's Ibn Ezra. Since Daniel was praying for a revelation, he had to seclude himself in order to prepare himself to receive the prophecy. All the prophets, other than Moshe, do not prophesy whenever they wish to. Rather, they concentrate their minds and wait, attaining an appropriate state of mind in seclusion. That's the Rambam. Rashi, let's see, to Shemot 9:29, comments that Moshe would not pray in Pharaoh's palace because it was full of idols. Perhaps Daniel went to his house to pray for the same reason. Interesting. Okay. Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, Chave Rohi, Milta Hodah, and made the matter known to his companions, Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, in order that they too should seclude themselves and prepare for prophecy. That's the Malbim. And they too should pray. The power of collective prayer transcends that of individual prayer. The prayer of the many is sometimes answered immediately, as is written in Devarim, who is like Hashem, our God, in all our calling to him.
Oh,
That's interesting.
that's the pasuk that the Rambam says is the reason why we have the Yontif of Purim. Because the Yontif of Purim, the Klal Yisrael saw that this was that it's really true what it says in the Torah. What's it say in the Torah? Who's like Hashem, our God, who's close to us, and whenever we call out to Him. This is a pasuk in Devarim.
Wow.
So interesting. Even though I don't know if they had a minion, maybe they were combing the palace to find a center. Not only that, they probably needed a fifth man and a sixth man and a seventh and eighth man too. But whatever, that's the eighth. So they're going to daven now to Hashem that He should reveal to them what the dream is and what's its interpretation.
Also, Daniel wasn't selfish. He was sharing. He knew. I think he probably knew that Hashem would help him, or hoping anyway. And he wanted his friends to be in with it as well.
That they bring that from the previous note in 16. They said that they didn't actually say that, but now that you said that, we'll repeat it. It says Medrash Tanhuma in Parshas Miketz, which with the dreams of Yosef and the interpretation of the dreams of Paro. Over there, it talks about Daniel, and it says over there in Medrash Tanhuma that Daniel was he had bitochen that Hashem would hear his prayer and he would be answered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it was a prayer that was not out of despondency or desperation, but it was a prayer like somebody, he's got a key to open up a door, and he goes over to the door and he puts the key in the lock, and he's confident that it's going to work. So that's the way Daniel went to go and daven to Hashem. Same way.
Yeah. That's a good analogy.
Like that.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
That's from the hotline.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Pasuk Yud Ches is the in the middle of the last line on page 14. So everybody should try as much as they could to learn a little bit of Aramaic over here. If you take a look at the Aramaic that you read, and you read the English translation, and you make note of it, you can pick up a lot of vocabulary. You'll find things that you know and that are familiar to you. Okay, it's not Chinese.
Does this mean that Daniel was a prophet?
Yeah, interesting. He's not listed. See, this is a whole sugya in Megillah, and I think that it was mentioned in the overview. that Daniel is not he's not listed as one of the 48 prophets that it's a whole. In other words, we have to know a number of things. What does it mean that there was 48 prophets? In another place, Chazal say, it might be even be a Gemora as well, that there was millions of prophets in Klal Yisrael. So what does it mean that there was 48? So generally, the answer is that those 48 were the ones whose prophets were recorded for posterity in the Tanakh. And why them? Because they was the ones that we need to study even today. They have important messages for us even today. Daniel, like we said, is his Sefer Daniel is not listed in the right. There's three halakim. Tanakh is Torah, Nevi'im, and Ksubim. Tanakh, and Daniel is listed not in the as part of the Nevi'im. He's listed as the Ksubim. What's the difference between Ksubim and Nevi'im? Nevi'im means that it was a nevuah. Ksuvim means that it was written with Ruach HaKodesh. What's the difference? There's some difference. But in addition to that, there's this matter of Daniel didn't receive a prophecy per se that was supposed to be related to Klal Yisrael that we have to learn for all time. But there's no doubt that Hashem revealed to Daniel numerous things that nobody else knew.
So we're postulating that he was a prophet, but just not one of the prophets whose prophecy is of lasting value.
Something like that. Yeah, here they're. Yeah. I mean, Yosef also. What did Yosef say when Paro said, "I heard that you can interpret dreams"? Yosef's response was, "Biladai, it's not me. Elokim yana es shlom Paro. Only Hashem can address what Paro wants and to know what does this dream mean. So I'm getting everything what I'm telling you. I'm getting it from Elokim. This is not about which is not at all the way the necromancers got their they have different they do their dream interpretation in a different way. Hashem is not revealing anything to the necromancers. Okay. Okay, Yud Ches. Yud Ches, we go to Roy.
Yud Ches. V'rachamin, the min Kadom, Allah, Shemaya, Al, Raza, Dana, D, Love, turning over. Right, unstick the pages. Yehovah Dun, Daniel, V'havarihi, Im, Sha'a, Hakimei, Bavel. Translate as what do you call it? Posuk 18, and to pray and beg. This is continuing on from the last paragraph, which was where he went home, Daniel went home and let his colleagues know of the matter, and to pray and beg of the God of heaven about this secret.
Oh, they didn't say for mercy. It says Rachamin in the pasuk. Rachamin lemivei. They requested Rachamin.
No, that's right. He says, pray to the God of heaven about this secret, that Daniel and his colleagues should not perish with the remaining wise men of Babylon.
Right.
Didn't say Rachamim, true.
This is the essence of tefillah. Tefillah is a request for Rachamim. We find this many times in the Gemora. The Gemora refers to davening as requesting Rachamim. That's the essence of tefillah. We're not asking because of anything that we deserve. We're not asking anything because of our merits, because that we would get according to the strict letter of the law. Tefillah, by its essence, is asking for something that is not coming to us. Okay. Note 18 over here. We're translating these words, min kadam ele, Shemaya. Which word is referring to Hashem? Min kadam means before, from before. Ele Shemaya. Shemaya is Shemayim, is heaven. So ele, that word in Aramaic is a reference to Hashem. So the note is over here in the book of Daniel and Ezra, Hashem is referred to as Ele Shemaya, the God of heaven. Oh, just of heaven? Before Avram Avinu, Hashem was called Elokei Hashemayim, as it mentions in the pasuk in Sefer Bereshis. Hashem Elokei Hashemayim. Asher lakachti who he took me from my father's house. Oh, this is also from the same commentator of Shmuel Masnuth. This is because Hashem's presence was not acknowledged by the entire world, and that's the Rashi on that pasuk over there mentions this. But after Avram had spread true belief in Hashem throughout the world, we find a pasuk later on that says that Hashem was Elokei Hashemayim ve'ha'aretz, the God of heaven and of earth. So why is Daniel only saying Ele Shemaya? That's the question that Rav Shmuel Masnuth is dealing with. So he explains that when Klal Yisrael did the Chet and they were exiled from their land, Hashem said to Hosea, let me return to my original place. And so since then, he is called Elokei Hashemayim, Ele Shemaya. Interesting. Wow. Okay.
I read not chapter.
There's more. Sorry, what?
I read chapter 18, right?
Yeah, verse 18.
Yes, because I think I didn't finish reading. It says 18 and beg the God of heaven. Where's that?
Yeah, that's the pasuk.
Yeah,
That's pasuk Yud Ches.
yeah, I didn't read the right one.
I think it's actually in 19.
Well, under 18,
Oh,
I read 17.
mm,
That was what was the
oh,
translation of the sentence. But I think that it's all mixed up here. Anyway, I'll read what it says for 17, 18.
I see
Maybe
what you mean. It seems, yeah, it's very confusing. It's very confusing.
so. I'll read 18.
Yeah.
Okay. And beg of the God of heaven, for there is no wise man on earth who can help them. Ibn Ezra. He also ordered them all to pray, for the prayer of many people is more efficacious than the prayer of one person. We've said that already. But
Yeah,
Dan-
that's from your Rav Shmuel Mas. We mentioned that. Yeah.
and Daniel and his colleagues with the remaining wise men of Babylon. This verse is a parallel of, where was that coming? Of 26:9. Gather not my soul with sinners, as is stated in Tosefta Sanhedrin. In two places we find that the righteous beseech God that they should not perish with the wicked. Melville.
Okay, but just want to point out,
Oh, well,
where is it that pasuk Yud Tes starts in our version of the art scroll? If you look on page 16, it says on the side, on the first line, it says Yud Tes. But that doesn't mean that these words right here, Al Raza Dana Di Lo Yehovdun, those words are not pasuk Yud Tes. When it says pasuk Yud Tes, it means that the verse that's after the two dots is going to be Yud Tes. So in other words, the first word in pasuk Yud Tes is the last word of the first line, which is Edayin. With that begins pasuk Yud Tes.
Now I see.
So you actually only read pasuk Yud Ches like you were supposed to.
Yeah, in my volume here, my wife has already done this with somebody, with one of the Rebbitzin, and she's got this circled. Yud Zayin is circled. I wondered why. Now I know. It's all confusing. It's all wrong. Yeah.
Well, there's a mention of Raza in pasuk Yud Ches, and there's also another mention of the word Raza in pasuk Yud Tes. But this first line, Al Raza Dina is still pasuk Yud Ches, and we got more to say over here about this pasuk Yud Ches. We've got a note over here on this phrase Al Raza Dina. Regarding this Raza. Raza is a secret in Aramaic.
A what?
Secret. Something
secret.
that's a secret.
Right.
Let's see what does he mean by the word secret. Maybe they're going to tell us. They quote a Gemora in Tanis that the Gemora in Tanis says that this phrase Araza Dina hints that there was other pressing matters that warranted Daniel's prayer at this time. You understand how they made that inference? Why are they saying Araza Dina in regard to this secret? When you say in regard to this secret, that implies that there's this secret as opposed to other secrets. That there are other secrets that need attention and need the prayer. So that's what the Gemora in Tanis points out on this phrase Al Raza Dina, and so but they focused their attention on Raza Dina, on this secret. And they say that what does that mean? That means that we learn from this that one should not pray specifically for more than one thing at a time. Unless we're saying the nusach of Anshe Knesset Gedola, which has 19 requests in it, and they're all different. Okay, but
Shemona Esrei, we should only say ask for one thing.
well, that's what I'm saying. But obviously, if we're following the dictates of Anshe Knesset Gedola, we could daven the whole Shemona Esrei. So yeah, this note is a bit confusing and a bit misleading. So you got to know exactly what it is that it reveals a little bit, but it raises a number of questions. Okay, we're not gonna open up the Gemora over there. We're just gonna go on. Now the next part, Imshar Chakime Bavel, with the rest of the Chachamim, the sages of Bavel. And they're quoting over here also a statement from the Gemara, it looks like. Rabbi Yochanan said, we find that the tzaddikim beg of Hashem that they should not be interred together. Oh, that's what you were saying. They shouldn't be lumped together with the Rishoyim. So they're mentioned separately, in other words.
Gather not my soul with sinners.
To pray that Daniel and his companions should not be destroyed with the rest of the sages of Bavel.
Mm-hmm.
This concept is found in halacha. It's not permissible to bury a tzaddik near an evil doer. So in other words, don't we're not asking for rachamim for the Rishoyim Hashem. We're asking for rachamim for ourselves, so that we shouldn't have the same fate as the Shar Hakime Babel, as the other ones in Babel. Okay. And that concludes the notes on this pasuk. Yud Tes. Lou, would you like to do Yud Tes?
Yes, I certainly would. Yud Tes. Yud Tes. Edayin Ludaniel Behezva di Leil Ya Raza Gagali Edayin Daniel Barich Le'ela Shemaya. So then, in a nocturnal vision,
Ezra de Lalia.
The secret was revealed to Daniel. Daniel then blessed the God of heaven.
Daniel.
And the commentary, let's see, is there a commentary on 19? Yeah, down here. Raza Gali, the secret was revealed by the angel Gabriel. Gabriel is named as the angel who spoke to Daniel in those chapters. Rashi names him as the angel who conveyed the visions of chapters 10 to 12. This further indicates that Gabriel had a close connection to Daniel.
Interesting. So this itself would not be qualifying for that reason as nevuah, because nevuah should be what Hashem reveals. That's what I'm just thinking right now. I might other nevuahs have been revealed by a malach, and we call them nevuahs. So I don't know if that's that I don't know if what I'm saying is accurate.
It says
Okay.
it's a step higher than a simple dream.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's clear that it's not on the level of the nevuah of Moshe Rabbeinu, right? Moshe Rabbeinu spoke to Hashem panim al panim, like a friend converses with his friend, like a person converses with his friend, with Hashem, not with a malach. But that's, of course, that's the highest level of nevuah of Moshe Rabbeinu that no other person ever had or will have such a level of nevuah like Moshe Rabbeinu. So, but that doesn't mean so Daniel's communication over here is not on that level. But I'm just reserving the right to say maybe it is, maybe this might be classified as a nevuah also, even though it's not communicated directly by Hashem. I'm not okay. Anyway. Of course, of course Daniel is a malach though, and a malach, the whole definition of a malach is that Hashem tells him to do something. That's what a malach is. He's a messenger. He's an emissary. So there's no doubt that Hashem is giving this message to Daniel through a malach. Okay. Pasuk Chaf, back to Alan. 2 minutes left. 2-minute warning. Okay, Alan, it's the Pasuk Chaf starts off. It's the last word on the second line on page 16.
The last word.
It's the last. It's the last word on line on the second line from the top.
Oh, okay.
Ane.
Right. Ane. Daniel. Shema. Di. Elo. Rach. Mit. Omor. Al. Di. So. So. Di. Way. He. Who.
Let's translate that pasuk. That's the end of that pasuk. The two dots there. That concludes pasuk Chaf. Let's see the translation. Verse 20. Daniel exclaimed on page 17.
Daniel explained and said, "May the name of Hashem be blessed forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his."
Okay. Wow. Forever and ever. Let's just do this note on these notes to verse 20. Min alma vi'ad alma, like we say in Kaddish. forever and ever.
Literally from forever to forever. Ibn Ezra, Psalms 41.4, right at Ibn and 106 point 106.48, and Rav Hirsch render O as referring to time, from time from time. Since Nebuchadnezzar's dream foretold the great upheavals that were to occur in world history. Daniel's prefatory remarks acknowledge Hashem's guiding hand in these changes. Ibn Bayaka, Mahama Day.
Oh no, that's you're reading from the other. Just go to the next column on the same page.
Has been left, the top line there in the notes has been
Yeah,
left.
in other words, you were reading from the bottom of the left column, and then you continue on the same page to the next column right next to it.
Has been left for good reason. In this manner, our sages interpret the command to
I
go
don't know where he's reading from.
into the top of the right-hand column in the note has been left to human reason.
No, it's the wrong page. Again, it's on page 16.
Oh, all right. So, listen, it was taken me from my father's house. It's because God's presence was not acknowledged.
Okay, run it. No, the bottom, the note 20. Start at 20 and continue on to the next.
Next column, right? Min more odd or more forever and ever, literally from forever to forever. Ibn Ezra, Rana, and Ram Hirsch render Olam as referring to time, from time past to the future. This approximates the intent of Targum and Rashi, who rendered from this world and the world to come.
Right. That's what it means, mi alma vi'ad alma. Because if you think about it for a second, forever and ever doesn't really make any sense. Once you said forever, so you said it. What's the and ever all about? It's doesn't make any sense. But if you say if you explain it like this, from this olam to that olam, this world to that olam, to the world to come, or from this world, from the past in this world through to the future. So then there's two separate things that you're talking about, which is why you got two separate words. Mean alma bi'ad alma. Okay.
Rabbi, it's pretty late.
Okay, we're done.
We're up to
All the best to Mayor.
Okay, have